These are 5 self-development books that I think everybody should read in 2023. The first book on your self-development journey that you should read is David Goggins' Can't Hurt Me. When I first picked up this book and I read the first page, I could not put this book down. It just brought me into it, and I could relate to it so much. He went through so much in his life. His father was never around. Mother was too busy working to take care of him and his brother. It was basically them two on their own. And to go through what he went through and do what he's doing now, smashing records, doing 100-mile races, and the success that he's having in his life is very, very inspiring. This will get you fire started onto your self-development journey. If you read this book, you will not be able to put it down, and I promise you this 2023 will be one of the best years that you've ever had. The next book is called Relentless by Tim Grover. This is a book that I actually saw on the Patrick Bet-David podcast, and I didn't know who Tim Grover was, but Tim Grover actually coached the late Kobe Bryant, rest in peace. He actually coached Michael Jordan and the likes of Dwayne Wade, and he talks about what separates those players from other people, and then he shows you how you can incorporate it into your life. Basically, he talks about there's 3 types of main people. There's cleaners, there's closers, and there's coolers. Coolers are those guys who basically are just going through life. Don't really go to the gym, eat an okay diet, but not really, and are just average. And then he talks about closers. Closers are those guys who have that talent, but they don't put in the extra effort. See, they can do a good job, but they never go over and above. And then there's cleaners. Cleaners are those people that just go in and say, I'm going to wipe the floor with you. And if you read this book and you try to be a cleaner, you will wipe the floor with 2023. And the next book that everybody needs to read is by John Maxwell, The 21 Irrefutable Laws of Leadership. See, if you want to crush it in 2023, you want to do something with your life, you have to learn how to become a leader. And I'll tell you what's more scarce than ever now is leaders. And guess who get paid the most? Leaders do. Leaders in their industry. And this will actually teach you how to become a real leader. I highly, highly recommend this book. The next book that I recommend you read is the 15 Invaluable Laws of Growth by John C. Maxwell. Actually, I recommend, honestly, if you could read all of John C. Maxwell books, you should read them. They're so full in depth. He has a different style of explaining what it actually means to be a real leader. And most of his books are on leadership. For you to grow in your life, you have to grow from within. You have to grow personally. You have to become a different person. The person that you were yesterday is not going to get you to go where you want to go tomorrow. It's the same thing with your muscles. See, for your muscles to grow and expand, they need to be torn apart. And when they're ripped, they repair themselves and then they grow. And this book teaches you the steps on how to grow. The 15 things that you need to do to grow in your life, to grow your finances, to grow your career, to grow just yourself in general, and to grow your wealth, and just to become a better person. I highly, highly recommend this book. If you read this book, you will have a great 2023. The last book that I recommend that you read for your self-development journey in 2023 is The Richest Man in Babylon. See, at the end of the day, you can make all the money that you want, but if you don't know how to handle that money and you don't know what to do with it, you will always be poor. And this book goes back in time. So many people have read this book. You see how many pages it is? It's not that many. But this book is full of such wisdom. And honestly, it's a very simple book to read. You could probably read it in one sitting. But what it teaches you about finances and how to handle your money and how to save your money and how to actually grow it, it's irrefutable. This is one of the greatest finance books that was ever made. And it's very, very simple things that you can incorporate into your life. So guys, those are the 5 self-development books that I think everybody should read in 2023. And I promise you, when I started reading books, my life started to change. See, on a daily basis, we always focus on the diet that we're eating, what we're ingesting into our body, but we never focus on what we're ingesting into our brain. And what books does, books gives us the diet that we need for our brain to expand and grow. If we're always constantly feeding it junk, like Netflix, YouTube, not videos like this, but garbage videos, Amazon Prime, those sort of things that are just wasting your life, you're not really giving your brain the fuel that it needs. But when you pick up books and learn from people's mistakes and people's wisdom and learn through their experiences, you grow as a person. You grow as an individual. And I promise you, if you start reading more books, these next upcoming years will be some of the greatest years of your life.